I have listened to SoFi's Fireside Chat 3 times at this point, and by far, it's the most bullish and most new information we've ever seen from Anthony Noto in a long time. I want to talk to you guys today about why I believe Anthony Noto is laying out the roadmap for what it's going to take to get to $60 per share. First up, he did this call with KBW. This is the company that has one of the lowest price targets on SoFi, and Anthony Noto seemed very confident to sort of rub it in their face. You can see here that they just recently bumped up their price to $20, but this has been historically very low. Just this year alone, they had a price target of $8 and have had to continuously raise it, even updating their price target again today, but I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Currently, as you can see, though, $20 per share. First up, let's talk about SoFi's next phase of growth. This is cryptocurrency. They're the first and only nationally chartered bank to allow buy, sell, and hold crypto. And according to Anthony Noto, a lot of this technology to enable buy, sell, and hold crypto was actually through a company that they had acquired that was proven and scalable. It's pretty certain that this is BlockFi because of some of the acquisitions that we've ended up seeing, that the acqui-hires, like Flory, for example, which was a co-founder of BlockFi. But the interesting part that they also said was that we are going to do institutional buy, sell, and hold as well. That's around the corner. And as I mentioned, SoFi USD, a stablecoin, hopefully sooner. I think it'll be a very short walk to the rest of the products. We can move very fast from here. So this is very exciting. More new products very quickly, but I want to talk about all of those individual products on their own. So first up, they rolled out buy, sell, and hold. We know that they're doing that for institutional as well. But then with SoFi USD, they plan on helping use this for payment for order flow between them and third parties. They also want to be able to use it for point of sale. They want it to be used for tokenization of loans. They want to offer SoFi USD and market it to all large banks, all regional banks, every consumer company that accepts digital assets, and everyone in between. They said they also have secured lending aspirations tied to digital assets and many other investment opportunities, and they've already started to roll out crypto to Hong Kong in addition to the United States. And this works very well with Anthony Noto because he believes there's a super cycle that's happening between blockchain and artificial intelligence. Now, we're going to talk about more of that and how he thinks about those two categories, but it's important to also note that SoFi USD is going to be both a payment stablecoin and a deposit stablecoin built directly into SoFi Money, not just SoFi Invest, SoFi Money as well. Then he also said SoFi Pay, which we launched a couple weeks ago, which has the ability to send payments from the United States across the Lightning Network, which is a Bitcoin L2, to Mexico. And we'll soon be launching into Europe and Brazil. That was new as well. The Brazil, especially, we had no indication that Brazil was coming before the end of the year. Now, we have to talk about SoFi Pay because every time that Anthony Noto talks about it, the aspirations seem larger and larger. And now it seems like this is an even bigger product than what might be the loan platform business. So what he said, and I'm just going to read this entire thing. SoFi Pay is really a way to bring the set of products and services to the masses around the world as a way to spend globally. The first version of it is in international remittances. We'll see it evolve over time to be a place where you put money where you want to pay. It can draw from any account, fund from any account, could fund from a SoFi checking account, fund from a SoFi savings account, fund from a SoFi brokerage account, fund from even an external bank account. We want to help people move money as fast as they would like to move it so that they can get on with what they want to achieve at the lowest cost and the safest. He then goes on to say that it's going to be equally for non-SoFi members as it is for SoFi members. This might be a primary SoFi first product for a lot of people that didn't understand what SoFi did previously. He also went on to say that it's going to help drive unaided brand awareness that they only have currently about 10% of right now. He believes that if they reach 30%, then they can achieve super scale and be on their way to $1 trillion company. This is the product that will help us introduce that to many people that are in that 90% that do not know about SoFi. To put it into perspective, by the way, a $1 trillion company for SoFi is somewhere around $840 per share. So a long ways away from where we are today. But let's quickly highlight SoFi USD, which is going to be a big aspect of both SoFi Pay and SoFi Crypto. He said, "My pitch to everyone is this. We're going to build the technology in our technology platform business. You could wrap SoFi USD with your own name, so other banks don't have to call it SoFi USD. We'll do all the minting, all the burning, all of the treasury work, and you can get Fed funds rates. Because they are a nationally chartered bank, they can offer a solution that the Circles and the Tethers and all these other stablecoin providers just can't offer because they don't have access to Fed funds, right? There's no Fed window for them. So this actually allows them to set up an even better opportunity than what other stablecoin providers can potentially offer. He also said that we're going to have phenomenal distribution because we're going to give it to our consumers. We're going to give it to the people that do their 8 billion transactions through our technology platform via ACH and debit. We're going to do it in all the necessary currencies outside of the United States. This might be larger than just SoFi USD. This might be in all different currencies across all different spectrums of payment across SoFi accounts and non-SoFi accounts. This is so much bigger than Anthony Noto has ever talked about his full roadmap or full aspirations of the company. This is larger than anything we've ever seen. But he did bring up the tech platform, so let me highlight that really quickly. He said that they're growing very well amongst large consumer businesses that have installed bases that want to be in financial services. So United Airlines, they talked about Southwest Airlines, Wyndham Hotels, but then they also announced T-Mobile shifted over their portfolio to them, okay? That has not historically been on SoFi's platform before. That actually just recently happened. It's not all bullish, however. He also said that large financial institutions have been slower to make decisions, and quite frankly, with the change in administration, I think all the demand for large financial institutions to upgrade their technology is gone because they're just not getting pressured to do it. So large financial institutions don't want to make a decision. Trump's not forcing them to. And essentially, the tech platform is just seeing stagnant growth in that area because, well, they don't want to change. So they've had to pivot their business to the companies that do want to do business with them. He also went on to talk about how everything that they want to do in crypto, we want the technology platform team to build for us and then build for other companies as well. So they're going to look to offer a lot of the solutions that they're building in-house to other institutions to bring more profit to the tech platform segment as well. And then lending, he also had a lot of commentary to say there as well. He talked about how much they're actually originating. And he said, when you grow to this type in size of originations, you could potentially see some decay in credit performance. We haven't. We haven't changed our credit box. He said, we're honestly not really seeing any deterioration in the consumer at all right now. Those are very strong words, but it's true. They've gone from doing $3 to $4 billion of originations to roughly $9 billion. It's absolutely crazy how much this has scaled. He also went on to say, we expect in the fourth quarter to generate more revenue in our home loans business than revenue we generate in our student loan refinancing business, which is a remarkable stat whenever you think about it. We didn't even have a home loan business in 2029 ever since they stopped doing business with lower.com. They just completely got out of that business. And then obviously my favorite part of the business, the loan platform business, I'm just going to read this unhighlighted part. We have a bunch of repeat customers that made annual commitments. They renewed those annual commitments. They upped the amount that they're doing. We do have people that do an annual commitment and then intra-quarter, they come back and ask for more. We're in dozens of conversations with new partners, and we are hiring. He also said that although they're trying to hire, they have more inbound interest than what they can actually call up for in capital markets. It's absolutely insane how much demand there is across the entire spectrum of the business here. Then Anthony Noto said, declining rate environment is a hell of a lot better than a rising interest rate environment. I'd be super excited to see rates come down another 100 basis points. I think another 100 basis points would be gangbusters for student loan refinancing, for personal loans. I also think the home loan business would benefit meaningfully. Then he even said 200 basis points would even be more significant, but that is asking for a lot here. In other stories as well, he also talked about a cool new product called Coach. This is different than Cash Coach, and it's essentially an AI equivalent to ChatGPT specifically for SoFi. He will prompt it saying, please give me a list of every transaction that has happened on my SoFi credit card since I paid the bill off X number of days ago. 10 seconds later, it lists out every transaction. He goes on to say, you can ask it other things. How do you improve my credit score? How do I lower my cost of debt? Can I refinance my mortgage? Am I diversified enough? How can I change my risk profile? All of these things, and it can give you, precise answers and be your own personal assistant for all of your SoFi needs and all of your financial needs. After this call, KBW ended up putting out an updated report to say how much they loved that conversation. Forewarning. They ended up keeping their price target at $20, but listen to the insane comments that they ended up saying. They said that our base case assumption is roughly that 30% of SoFi Money and SoFi Invest members will open up crypto accounts, which is conservatively below the 50 to 55% of Robinhood's user base who are monthly active crypto users. I think that's fair. But then they also assume that the same average daily transactional volume of $25 per account, which is consistent with Hood metrics, is exactly what we're going to see from SoFi. Assuming the fact that they're going to take a 1% commission rate, they're going to assume an annual add of $228 million of total annual crypto revenue. What? The total amount of brokerage revenue that SoFi makes in general right now is breaching just about $40 million. They think crypto is going to essentially 5-6x that number. He said it's going to drive incremental EBITDA of 68.3 million, add net income of 37.5 million, and add EPS of 3 cents if all else is equal, meaning the total fully diluted share count. Although these are relatively modest contributions, our analyst only incorporates the benefits from crypto trading. So they're not talking about any of the USD plans, SoFi Pay, staking features, crypto lending, all of these things that are going to help the tech platform. It's only crypto trading, and yet they're adding $230 million of net income and 3 cents of EPS, and they are not changing their price at all. I don't know what's gotten into their heads. I don't know how they continue to hold these types of price targets that are, 33% lower than the market, which, by the way, SoFi just ended up hitting a new all-time high today. Yet KBW does not adjust their price target. Oh well, that's Wall Street. They continue to be behind, but obviously, if they are right and they do bring on $230 million of crypto, I'm going to have to greatly adjust my price targets because that is nowhere near how much I thought that they were going to add. I was thinking closer to 40 to 80 million, not 230 million throughout the full year. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm not your financial advisor. All I'm saying is that this is how I'm looking through this report. And to me, I definitely see us getting to $50, maybe even $60 per share in 2026. If the speed at which they're putting out new products is about to increase, they're about to end up getting on new revenue sources, end up getting into total addressable markets and payments that are larger than what they do in financial services and lending in general. Lending is hitting home runs right now for personal loans, home loans, and student loans. It's the most bullish I've ever been. And I just hope that Anthony Noto continues to do this type of media press because, wow, he blew the door off the hinges today. Thank you so much to Anthony Noto, and thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys haven't, please hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos just like this. But bye for now.